замечательно, все принято. Ну, для меня, например, лично еще интереснее связь проводить со слабой станцией, вот, чем который подходит там 40-30 децибел. Вот, то есть это как в телефоне. А здесь приходится прислушиваться, переспрашивать, и мне это интереснее. Ну что ж, Николай, всего хорошего, 73. 73. Внимание всем, я радианна, Трещука, Тамарольга. Роман Антон, Трещука, Тамарольга, прием. Радио 3, Павел, Иван, Щука. Ну не точно стоите, внезапно очень сильно я вас принимаю. А поточнее, пожалуйста.
Mal um die Ohren hängt, einfach um den Hals geklemmt und dann habe ich das Mikrofon auch vom Mund.
Chatting to each other is mainly German, so...
I did think that the band was open, you know, for UK sort of based stations, but apparently I'm wrong, so I'll have to put out a few more CQ calls. Maybe I will hear and speak to a few more people. So yeah, according to him, it's open until late into the evening, over.
Yeah, well look, let's maybe try later on. Okay, Simon, I'm going to clear on here because it's just too noisy, so we'll save that one there as it is for now. I'll join you back on the channel and we might try later on after dinner. M0SCS from EI8 ITB now signing on this side and get you back on the channel.
M0SCS, yeah, no problem, Nigel, also clearing.
And you know how they work. Completely different to any other EQ. And I just sat down with it for a good hour or two, just trying different combinations. And I thought, yeah, I like that. I do like it, Tony, but with the ribbon, you've got to be very careful with the low end. So I was trying to be open on the low end, Tony.
Yeah, ribbon mod days, they've got bucket loads of low end, haven't they, anyway? So it's really easy to overcook it, I suppose. Yeah, the pull check's amazing. I've still got that warm EQ pull check up in the attic. Lovely piece, that is, gorgeous. Piece of equipment, that is. All uprated tubes in it and everything. There's an old trick with the pull check, Dave, and I'm sure you saw this on the videos, where you give equal amounts of boost and cut on the low end. Have you tried that trick, Dave?
Well, I was doing that, Tony. I was doing that, and then I watched a video, and this guy said, right, the low boost on number 3 and the low attenuation on 2.5. So that's where I am with this one, Tony.
Yeah, and it's working a treat, Dave. It really is working really, really well. So I used to try. I tried it both on 10 on the low, and then you've got your frequency 20 hertz, 30 hertz, 40 hertz, 50 hertz. I think you've got that one as well. So, and the higher you go, the more you hear of it. My God, it goes boom, real low. But a marvelous piece of equipment. Yeah, really it is, to be honest. And I did have it in. I had it in line here, but I just couldn't get on with it this time like I did before. I always ran my pull check. I loved it, but since adding this RP562 Bellari, I love this thing. I do. This is a stereo tube sonic exciter. This one, Dave. If I switch him off, I don't know if you all hear the difference with that. That's off. 54321 RP562 off, and there it is. So RP562 back in. It might be quite subtle on the air to you, Dave, but in the cams it makes a huge difference. And I liked what it did more than the warm EQ. But I think the warm EQs, you could use one of them without any other EQ, Dave. That's what you're doing, yeah?
Yeah, well that's it. So if you look at your phone, I've seen your 2 photographs. The first one is some pads for the bottom of your foot switch. I said those before, they're about 40 mil square, those, Tony. I think I got them on Amazon, but I can't remember. Self-adhesive. And the second photo is the EQ that I'm using. But if you look at it, it's in two parts, Tony, so you've actually got two. You've got a low, mid, mid and high EQ on the first bit that you can sort of manipulate the EQ with, the curve, and then you've got the traditional pull tech after it, Tony, over.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures now, actually, Dave. I am looking, yeah, very good. I like that. Pulsar EQ, what, P1A M5. High attenuation, yeah, it's good. They are a marvellous bit of kit, they really are. Like I said, I've got that one bit. Now then, I need those foot pads, Dave. I'm looking at them now. I need one for the 2 metre one and one for the for the HS, because I'm sick to death of the foot switch turns to its side, because we've got all marbly, like, tiled floor in here, and it just slips everywhere. That's my head in. Where are they from, Dave? Were them foot pads? Were they Amazon specials?
I think they're on Amazon, Tony. Just search on Amazon, and I'm sure you'll find them, Tony. The self-adhesive. What kind of foot switch? What have you got on the bottom of the foot switch now? And is it completely flat, Tony? Because you can buy all different sizes, Tony, of it.
It's a Heil FS2, I think. Hang on. Yeah, Heil FS2. And that, I mean, looking at that picture quickly, it looks very similar to what I've got. But they might be a little bit more. These just slide around everywhere. The foam underneath them just doesn't. It's like a foam pad underneath it now. It's awful. That looks much better, Dave. So I think I could trim that to size a little bit, couldn't I? I'm sure.
Oh yeah, they're not too thick. They're only about 3 mil thick, Tony. And we've got Nigel there, just called in. Evening, Nigel. Yeah, so and you can cut them easy enough, Tony. You can cut them. EI8 ITB M0SKA. How are you, Nigel?
Yeah, I'm good, Dave. Hope you're copying okay. M0SKA, EI8 ITB. Good evening, guys. Hope all is well, Dave.
Oh, good, Nigel. I say you're 20 dB over, Nigel. Have we spoke since New Year? Happy New Year, Nigel.
Yeah, I think we have, Dave. But if not, Happy New Year. And yeah, so 59 plus 20, Dave, back into the station location there, and sounding good back this way. It's cold and damp at the moment, but anyhow, good to hear you on 80. It just flicked back on there, and I seen the face, and there you were. So I said I'd call in and say hello. M0SKA, EI8 ITB.
Yeah, your massive signal, 20 over. Well, we've got the cold. We've no snow, a little bit of a breeze. But Tony's a different story. Oh dear. You won't be able to open the door in the morning, Tony. M0 VDO, M0SKA.
Yeah, lovely. Cheers, Dave. EI8 ITB M0 VDO. Very happy New Year to you, Nigel. I don't think we have spoke this year yet. But no, we haven't. So happy New Year, Nigel. Hope you had a good one. And I wonder how many how many Guinnesses did you sip, Nigel? Maybe you didn't have any? I don't believe that for a minute, mind. But well, good stuff. Big signal, nice 20 dB over the 9. Nice to hear you on. And hope all's well. Very cold here, Nudge. And it's we have got blizzard, bloody drift type conditions here, Nudge. It's coming down thick and fast, the snow, Nudge. Back to you.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, no problem. Very happy New Year to you and the family there, Tony. Yeah, good to hear you. And I hope this is sounding okay, because I just reinstalled some of the processing back in here on the remote PC last night.
It sounds a bit funky, don't you think, Dave?
Which had to be repaired kind of last year there. One of the updates killed it, I think I was telling you here in the
might be phasing.
So hope it's sounding alright remotely back in. Tony M0 Video, EI8 ITB.
Yeah, it just sounds a bit Yeah, like a phase. Yeah, it could be the bando notch. It's not a bad sound. It's just there is something that might not be quite right there. But get Dave's opinion as well, because he might be hearing you differently to me. But you're a lovely big signal, Nige, that's for sure. That is for sure. Lovely low end there, Nige. Lovely, plenty of low end in there. It's just like a little bit of like a phase-in type sound there. But if you've just reinstalled it, I mean, maybe something's just not quite sat right, Nige. But on the whole, mate, it's certainly working very well indeed. I can't remember now. You mentioned about that. Oh, I remember the PC that broke. Yeah. So what? You've just got it back now, Nige? Yeah.
Well, I've just got the processing back on it now. It could be just levels. I've just reduced the gain level a bit there, just in case it is. It could be just levels, but
oh, that's better. That is.
One of the keys back off one of the plug-ins, Tony, and I managed to do that last night, so I've got that back up and running now. But has that tamed whatever you were hearing there a little bit, going?
Oh, for sure. 100% for me, Nige, what I was hearing, whatever level that was, make a note of it, because that's made all the difference to me here, Nige. Right to you, Dave.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of phasing in there, but that adjustment you made did tame it down, Nigel. I'm just wondering if you've got a compressor coming in a little bit too fast, Nigel, over?
No, it's just me DAC's remote audio. I was adjusting because that does have to be adjusted, so I've just tamed it a little bit more now. So hopefully now that should be a little bit more normal.
Yeah, that's smoother.
Yeah, that's smoother now, Nigel. It is smoother. I think there is a little bit of fade in on there as well. So anyway, sounding good anyway. You're remote, so it's never going to be 100%, is it, Nigel? You know, but it sounds very, very good over.
Well, that's good. That's the main thing. Yeah, just trying to keep it sounding as similar to what I normally do as I can. So you know yourself when the remoting is, there is a couple of variables that you have to take into account, and Windows can shift some of them sometimes. So sorry, I won't hog it. I'll just pass it back to Tony quickly there, just for a comment on that last adjustment. That should have brought it back to its normal, Tony, did it?
Yeah, no, for sure, Nige. 100%. A lot smoother now you made that last final adjustment. So I did get a recording. One sec.
Variables that you have to take into account, and Windows can shift some of them sometimes. So sorry, I won't hog it. I'll just pass it back to Tony quickly there.
They are now just real briefly. Ironically, it's typical, isn't it? You dropped in signal ever so slightly to me when I pressed record. It's almost like the bloody band knows. But no, 100%. I agree with Dave. It sounds great, Nige. It really does. And that slight adjustment now of levels or gains, whatever it was, Nige, has proper nailed it down. Real smooth now. EI8 ITB M0 video.
Okay, yeah, and just one final thing, because I'll just do this on the filter here, is the bottom end over dominant remotely compared to normal going?
No, I don't think it's over dominant. No, I'd say no, Nige.
Okay, grand. Oh, well, that's grand. I'll leave it alone. So, because you know yourself, it's just the processing has been put back together here on this side. So I just wanted to make sure levels was all right. And I think, well, maybe this is the second, but this is the 8000 series that you've heard remotely. I don't know if I spoke to you on it before remotely, but it's definitely faster on the remoting, as in there's no cut off at the end of the transmissions now or anything like that. Or at least I don't have to be as wary of when I let off the key sort of thing. So it's definitely faster in that respect, Tony.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting no dropout at all, Nige. When you dekey or unkey, it's working a treat, Nige. Yeah. The only thing occasionally I get from you, Nige, and it could be just because you're remoting in, and I'm being hypercritical here, is I am getting the occasional plosive off you, Nige. Just the occasional bit of plosiveness. But other than that, Nige, great, lovely transmission, really good. Dave, it's up to you.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading something that Tim has sent me. I'm just making sure it's exactly what I want. But yeah, well, we'll get there. But no, it sounds nice, Nigel. The low end's nice. I do like the low end on that, Nigel. So you're in the right place, Nigel. Over.
Yeah, it's just this mic. I need to be careful of the way I'm addressing it. So I just made a small adjustment on the filter on the low end there, just to see maybe it'll stop the plosives if there is. Because it's this microphone, there's only a pop shield on it, you know, the black muff or whatever, rather than a filter. So I'll try and cross-address this. But hopefully that didn't take too much away from the bottom there, Dave. I just reduced it a slight bit on the filter. Go ahead.
No, it's nice, Nigel. Give me another over and I'll just open my filter up a little bit. Because it's a bit wider. Right, just give me another over, Nigel.
Yeah, okay. M0SKA with M0 video, EI8ITB returning on the flex to you there. As I say, I'm remoting into it there at the moment, Dave, and yeah, good to see the amplifier up in temperature, because when I logged in earlier, I was showing 10 degrees on the amplifier. So that'll tell you how cold it is, but it's up to 32 degrees now at the moment, which is good. M0SKA, EI8ITB.
Yeah, okay. I might have made a mess of that. I had NO4 in for some strange reason. I had NO4 in, I think it's when we were up on 40 metres earlier. Let me play this.
Okay, M0SKA with M0 video, EI8ITB returning on the flex here there. As I say, I'm remoting into it there at the moment, Dave, and yeah, good to see the amplifier up in temperature, because when I logged in earlier, okay.
So the first few seconds of that, I had the NO4 in, and then I took it out, but no, I think that's very good. We're on to you, Nigel. Yeah, we're on to you, Nigel.
Yeah, great stuff. Seems busy enough here on 80. I was only on briefly there, and I just rolled up and I heard you there, so good to hear you anyhow. Sorry for interrupting there, but yeah, good to know this is transmitting out, because as I say, I only got the particular plugins back in place last night, and I was trying to get the license. I managed to get back into one of the other machines and deactivate a license, and I was able to transfer it onto this end. So that's the processing up and running. I'm still missing one plug-in at the moment, but it'll do without it for the moment anyhow on this side. So there you go, Dave. M0SKA with M0 video. This is EI8ITB.
Yeah, very good, Nigel. No, it sounds well. It does sound well, Nigel. And I'll tell you what as well, I mentioned NR4 there. I don't know how both of you feel about it, but
probably blown through, but we should be left with them. Snow and more snow by the side of it. Okay,
right. The next one on the list, I believe, is Clive down at Bravo on Sea. Mike 0, Romeo Bravo India. Clive, light turn over.
P0 SYF F0 RBI. Well, lovely signals this evening. I've got no complaints at all, Bob. You've all come up beautiful. You're 5 and 9 plus 10. JYL, you're up at 5 and 9 plus 5, John. BZF, John, you're 5 and 9 plus 10. And Box 4, Golf Hotel Bravo, good evening, Alan. You're 5 and 9 plus a little bit. And Ian was also a 5 and 9 plus 5. Excellent signal, really great signal. Stay as you are, and I'll be happy. And as well, John, JYL John.
1 vom Gerät gehabt zu haben, oder Ende 40, ne?
MI0 MOD, Thomas. Good morning, good evening, Thomas. I'll get it right. You're 5 and 9 plus about 20, Thomas. Beautiful signal audio. While I'm on the air, I'd like to wish everybody
Happy New Year, and I hope you have a good one. And the Icon 7300, the club has one, and they use it on special events, and I've used it a few times. It's very nice, very nice. It's about half the size of my Year 2 FT950. It's about half the size of it, and touch screens is very nice. But I believe the one you've got has a lot more additives on it, so it can't be too bad. Yeah, I've used it quite often on the event. Not too bad at all. And yeah, as I said this morning, very misty, foggy, very light rain. The wind has stopped a bit, but we've been lucky here. We've had any snow. About 2 or 3 days ago, we had about quarter of an inch, half an inch, and that was it really. And then by the afternoon, that's gone. So we've been pretty lucky here, and not too bad at all. And yeah, I've got a bad habit of picking the wrong mic up. Anyway, Vince, I've been using the Kenwood 830 quite a lot really, and it's really doing the job. I like it. Hell of a receiver, and it's next to the 101ZD. And both of them I like to put on at least once or twice a week if I can. And I've got a new swivel chair here, so I can swivel from radio to radio. M0KVW, M7FLY.
M7FLY, M0KVW returning. Yes, okay on the old rigs there, Jeff. And the swivel chair. Well, don't do like I did. I was leaning back on the swivel chair and it collapsed and I fell upside down. And what had happened, there are screws on either side, and over the years it's come loose. And I had to do a big job drilling and putting nuts and bolts all the way along to make it steady again. I'm sitting in it now and leaning back in it. But just check all those bolts to keep in tight, Jeff. Otherwise you'll come a cropper like I did. And yes, it is a lovely rig, and I'm looking forward to the CW decoding. That's been a big plus for me getting it as well. So looking forward to that as well. Right, it's round to Shirley in the Midlands, soon to be under the snow. Gold 6 United Radio, this is M0KVW. Over to you, Sam.
M0KVW.
This is M0KVW. Over to you, Sam.
Well, the wife just informed me it started to snow in, so we're being locked down. You know what it's like in England when we have snow? People have not learned to drive in the snow, so there'll be loads of accidents. I don't know, but hopefully it clears away. But there was a weather warning, Vince, that was going to get it. But lo and behold, we had it. We had the fog this morning, as they said. And I believe he got a new radio. I've still got the XT2000 Delta on the 767 Golf X-Ray. We had 2 beautiful radios. Quick report, M0ZAE, 55 to 57 with the noise. You're 58 to 59 Vince. No problem at all. M7FLY, Young Jeff in Bannerine Furnace, where they used to build the submarines. I don't know if they still do or not. He's 5 and 9 plus. Young Harry in Belfast, I'll give everybody, put his 5 and 9, Young Harry. But I think plenty in for lockdown, Vince. And the kids aren't going to school. They've closed the school. But when I was a lad, you had to walk to school in the snow, Vince. So it shows how things have changed. Everybody's got what they call it, they put this book with the kids nowadays. They need toughening up, young man. They don't climb trees no more. They sit in the house playing on computers. M0KVW is the raw signals from Golf 6 United Radio. We'll be snowed in a minute, over.
Roger on that, Sam. Just so dark and early there for you, mate. And as you say, a lot of the drivers today, they don't know how to handle it on snow. I've had a few skids, but being able to manoeuvre out of them is very important. Some people do all the wrong things when they start on skids. And there was something else I was going to say about, got out of my mind. Oh yeah, before I forget, let me give everybody signal reports. I've got to give them. Henry was 4 and 5 direct, Andrew 5.9 plus, all direct, Harry went up to a 5.8 to 5.9, Sam you're a 5.9 plus, so good signal, Jeff 5.9 plus, and Thomas MOD 5.9 plus. So good reception at my end tonight anyway. And as I say, the noise has gone down, which is a big plus. Right, let's see how Thomas is getting on. So old Sam there has got the snow already, Thomas. MI0 MOD. Over to you, Thomas.
M0 KBW MI0 MOD. Yeah, well, at the moment the snow's all washed away, thank goodness. From the States that way each time. And Jeff.
73 Sugar November 4 Whiskey Alpha.
T0 UKS Golf Whiskey 4 XLA. CQ, Golf Whiskey 4 XLS, CQ, GW4 XLS, CQ, GW4 X-Ray, Lima Sierra. UKS, GW4 XLS. Golf Whiskey 4 X-Ray, Lima Sierra, GW4 X-Ray, Lima Sierra. CQ, GW4 XLS, CQ, Golf Whiskey 4 XLS, CQ, GW4 X-Ray, Lima Sierra. T0 UKS, GW4 XLS. G0 UKS, Golf Whiskey 4 X-Ray, Lima Sierra. Mike Whiskey 0, Kilo Alpha Yankee. Mike Whiskey 0, KAY, GW4 XLS. Golf standing by.
Golf Mike 3, Papa Golf. Golf Mike 3, Papa Golf. Calling CQDX, hello CQ. Golf Mike 3, Papa Golf, standing by.
G0 UKS.
M0 KBW MI0 MOD.
MI0 MOD, M0 KVW returning. Yes, fine business, Thomas. You're still a good signal, 5.9 plus, no problem at all direct. And I've remembered what I was going to say to Sam. He was on about going to school as a schoolboy in the snow. well, my hometown in Makeup, East Lancashire, the town centre is 800 feet plus above sea level, and it's right up in the Pennines. So we used to get some pretty dreadful winters back in the 50s when I was going to school. And the other thing is, I was wearing short trousers until I was 13. What about you, Sam? How old were you when you started wearing long trousers? Over?
Say again, Vince, over.
How old were you when you started wearing long trousers? Over?
Yeah, I'm using a dipole. Starts at a 35 foot and goes up to 65 foot of an asteroid. And the microphone's an old Shure 444 desk microphone, Vince. A few years old. I bought it with its first license.
We kind of lived on the top of it.
And with the ramp down to a cul-de-sac
One side and back down. It just sat there, it wouldn't go anywhere, so I had to keep the ABS off and keep it in manual. It was an automatic, but keep it in manual, and it would manage to go up the hill that way. That was the only way I could do it, you know, keep it in one of the low gears. But yeah, that's around. I must check it now in a bit and see. M0SKA EI8 ITB.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Nigel, yeah, you've just got to be careful, haven't you? I mean, we've had some... I remember when I was a kid, I'm trying to think what year it'd be the back end of the 70s, 77, something like that. My God, it snowed, and I'd never seen snow like it, Nigel. And I think that's the worst I've seen. It was either 76 after the good summer, or 77, Nigel.
Oh, I know, yeah. It's, but I never forget, I don't know, the year we got, the bad one in 82, Dave, I don't know did the UK get similar to what we got, but we literally had like 12-foot snow drifts over here. So we did that, you know, there was no car, no water, no nothing for a couple of weeks. Kind of thing. It was bad. Do you remember the snow of 82? Did you get anything like that at that time, Dave? Oh?
We will have done, Nigel, but my memory's terrible. Nigel, we will have done, but I do remember that after 76, 77. I do remember that one, Nigel. But I remember my dad telling me when he was a kid, and it was sometime in the 30s or early 40s, where he lived in a little cottage with his mum and dad and the rest of the family, and it was like a small holding, and his mum opened the kitchen door, and it'll only be a low kitchen door, you know, like in a cottage, and the snow was above the lintel, Nigel, over.
Oh wow, yeah, Greg. Isn't it amazing though when you think about it? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm trying to find what year that was, Dave, that recording. You know, I will check that, what you call it, later on and see to make sure I was right on them temperatures that I quoted earlier, but it was around 2012 anyhow, but I must check it. But I know what I seen on the car that day coming out here, and I'd never seen it again, and I don't think I will before or after that. But there was parts of cabin, I believe it was, that got the lowest temperatures recorded that year. But yeah, when it comes, it comes. But I think there's a bit of snow on the cards on Sunday or Monday. Down Carrick direction, alright, I see. So I see a bit of a caution triangle there, Dave. M0SKA, take it to see if Tony's back from EI8 ITB.
Yeah, he sent me a couple of videos. He's probably sent them to you, Nigel, of the snow coming down, Nigel. And we might be, well, I think we're heading over your way later on in the year, Nigel. Supposed to be coming over for my daughter's 30th birthday, but I think me and Donna are going to stop on and make a bit of a holiday out of it, so we'll go visiting Donna's uncle, her dad's brother, who lives there. He's always lived there. He was born there, and he was in the church, Nigel. He's retired now, of course, but so we'll go and visit Uncle Johnny, and my brother's just outside Dublin, and we'll probably have a ride about here, there and everywhere, over.
Oh, brilliant, yeah, we'll definitely have to have a meet-up. What time of the year is that at Dave going?
It's looking like August, the beginning of August, but it may change, but that's what we're looking at, over.
Oh, right, okay, brilliant, yeah. Well, look, we'll have to arrange something, all right, see what your time frame is like, but yeah, definitely 100% on that. So yeah, you'll have that to look forward to. Yeah, so we'll chat about that near the time, as the fella says, when we're on the phone or whatever, and make some arrangements. M0SKA EI8ITB.
Yeah, that'll do. Nice and Tony's back, and yeah, a nice video, Tony. Get the dog out there. Get the dog out there. He'll love it. Probably won't get it back in, Tony. And yeah, get your cardigan on, Tony, over.
I'll tell you what, Dave, it's the only time I can see the dog in this weather when the snow's down. He's that black, I can't see him out there. That is just an observation, mind, of his colour, of course, just for anybody that may have been offended by that comment. But there we are, yeah, it's certainly coming down here, that's for sure. It is, it's coming down thick and fast. And they reckon this is due for, well, it's not due to quit now till 3 o'clock in the morning, so if it's right, but it's, I don't know if there's a bit of rain in with it and all. 10, 18, 20, 30 centimetres, I reckon we're going to get a snow, which is nice. That'll be nice, but it's the wind, that'll be like drift type conditions. There'll be bloody big banks of it everywhere. But we shall see anyway, lads, we shall see. But there we are. Lads, I'm going to go make a cup of tea. And if you're still here, I'm going to take about 6 steps up to the kettle, fill it with water, boil it up, and come back to the radio. I need a brew. Warm the cockles. The log burner's lit, but that's in the front room. It's a little bit cold around here in the shack. But I'll be back in 5 minutes, boys, to make a brew. EI8ITB, M0SKA, M0 video.
Yeah, okay, Tony, no problem. Yeah, I'm going to go do the same myself now shortly. I'll wait till you come back there, and then I'll skip off and grab one. But that's it, yeah. No, I still can't find that temperature. I see one here, minus 19.1. That was a Sligo, but I'm sure it was Calvin, the lowest one. But I'll check that out later on, and yeah. So there you go. Back to you, Dave. M0SKA EI8ITB.
Yeah, okay, Nigel, EI8ITB, M0SKA, returning, yeah, very good, so, yeah, so that's the plan, I think, Nigel. I think we'll have at least a week, maybe longer, I don't know, over in Echo, India. And I thought about it, I thought, well, maybe I'll come on the ferry with the car, or depending on the cost of the ferry, it might be as cheap to hire a car on your side, huh?
Yeah, well, that's true, Dave. And the thing, yeah, with the ferries, that, you know, the longer in advance, the better, because you have a better chance of getting something. So that might be our best bet if it's booked well in advance for your own car. If it's nearer the time that you have to book, well, then that'll throw a different light on it, Dave. You might be better trying to hire a car here, over.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, Nigel. See what the plans are going to be, and we'll put something in place. So it'd be nice to meet you and Martin and all the other guys, over.
Oh, definitely, yeah, that's it. We'll have to organise something for sure. That's for sure. So yeah, to be arranged, as it says. Watch this space. M0SKA EI8ITB.
Just give...
Yeah, take your time there, Dave, if you have to go for a second.
DQQ. Yeah, I'm here, Nige. The granddaughter had come in and she's going in the bath. She's only a baby. And she's going in the bath, so she came in to tell me over.
Ah, right, very good. Dave, I'm not sure that I hear somebody very low calling in there, so I'll hand it back to you there, go on.
I didn't hear anybody, but have we got a break, M0 SKA? All I've got is a bit of European chatter, Nigel.
Alright.
Oh, go again, that station. Have we got a break, M0 SKA? I'm not sure what's going on, Nigel.
Yeah, no, I thought I heard somebody the last time call in there. Was there a station trying to call in on 80? Go ahead with your call. No, I definitely heard somebody at the time. Oh, I just put my hand round on my back here and it's freezing, so it shows you. Even though I'm inside sitting in the room here, the cold is getting into me just the same. Yeah, definitely time for a cuppa as soon as Tony comes back there, Dave. So that's what I was at, yeah. I cranked up the old PC last night, managed to get to the plug-in that was lost on that machine, got it up on the screen, deactivated it and reactivated it then back on this machine, Dave. So yeah, the lineup is more or less complete here now on this one anyhow. And as you say earlier, you know yourself, there's so many variables here, just one thing, a minute fraction, and it affects everything there. So I had a feeling when I came on here this evening there was going to be something out, but the fact that it was only the remote audio in, that's happy days. That's all it was, Dave. Anyhow, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it sounds nice. Somebody did call in there. Nige, let me just play this back.
Remote audio in, that's happy days. That's all it was, Dave. Anyhow, go ahead.
There you go. So that's no filtering or anything. Right. There's a station you did call in. We've called you a few times. Are you calling in Mike Zero Sierra Kilo Alpha?
DQQ, Dave. I called in there, but hello.
Oh, hang on, we've got DQQ. Is that you as well, Darren?
It is. Me tower's down, so I've only got one side of me of the double bazooka. One side's nearly touched the floor, the other side is all wrapped up. Yeah, so I just got upstairs with me while I'm just listening.
Okay, well you're about 4x7 with me, Darren. 4x7. Just stand by. Now then, I'm going to get this wrong. M-A-D-Q-Q. I've probably got it wrong. M0SKA. Go ahead, Stuart.
No, you're right, Dave. You got it. Hope all is well. You're both sounding great here. I did hear one other station there, but it's very, very low of me at the moment, Dave. But you're 20 over now with me, and Nigel, you're 20 over as well. Hope all is well, Dave, over.
Yeah, all good, Stuart. Yeah, the other station's Darren, Mike 6 LXO, but his antenna's basically on the ground, Stuart. It's over in Tadcaster, Yorkshire. But yeah, nice team, Stuart. You're about 5'8", and then you came right up to 5'9 plus. The band's all over the damn place, Stuart. But have you got any snow, Stuart, over?
No, not yet. It's raining hard though. Very hard. It's been chucking it down since about 3 o'clock today. Maybe a little bit sooner than that actually, maybe kind of 1 o'clock. But we're supposed to get it tonight from about 2 o'clock onwards for a few hours. But so far so good, Dave. Nothing extraordinary, but I am working from home tomorrow. That's my excuse there, Dave. Over.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that's you don't have to travel in the morning, Stu, that's the main thing. You picked it 15 dB over then, Stu. Tell hello to Nigel, Stuart, over.
Oh, very good. Evening, Nigel. Hope all is well there, over.
Yeah, all good, Stuart. M8DQQ, EIA-ITB returning. Yeah, good stuff. 5 and 9 there. 5 and 8, 5 and 9 back into the station there at the moment, Stuart. And yeah, I'm on the flex here this evening at the moment.
Very good. Well, you're 10 over with me, Nigel, so it's working a treat. Yeah, I've been messing around with this thing, Nigel, for the last couple of days, and I'm delighted with it there, over.
Yeah, it's a different world altogether, isn't it? Wait till you try to go back from it. You'll realise then that was my experience. I got sucked into it, and then when I tried to go back to some of the other rigs, then I just couldn't steer it over.
Yeah, that's why I'm starting to feel that way now, and I didn't think I would, but there you go. No, I'm delighted with it. And I was talking to Tim earlier as well, just for 10-15 minutes earlier on, but he shot off then to get a cup of tea and something to eat. But that was it really. But I haven't been on the radio actually for the last couple of days. I was on, well, no, that's a lie. I was on last night, but that was for 5 minutes with John. He just wanted to test a couple of microphones. But that was literally for 5-10 minutes last night, because I've had to get out to the office a couple of times this week, which I don't like doing. So as I said, I'm just working from home tomorrow. Short week next week, because I'm over in Echo, India next Friday for a long weekend. So that should be good fun. There'll be plenty of beer taken, that's for sure. Round to you, Dave. M0SKA from M8DQQ in the group.
Yeah, you're sounding good there, Stu. Sounding good on the old PCs. Did you have a look at those settings I gave you for NR4? They seem to be very good settings, actually. I think, in fact, it was Darren who's on the frequency who gave me those settings, and they're very good. So if I need NR4, I put it on, but in the main I don't need it. But it was just that busy on 40 metres earlier on. I put the NR4 on, but yeah, you'll be surprised. I mean, even if I go back to the STDX 5000, as good as that radio is, if it's busy or difficult conditions, there's just no comparison, Stuart, over.
Oh, I agree completely. That NR4. Well, I sent you that text message a couple of days ago, didn't I? Because I put those settings in. So well done, Darren, if you're still listening there, because that makes a world of difference, Dave. Especially if you're listening at a slightly wider bandwidth as well. That NR4 is stupendous there, over.
You know, it's excellent, isn't it? It's very, very good, Stuart. So yeah, you'll be totally engrossed in that, Stuart. I do like it, I must admit. Anyway, right, so I'm going to hand it back to you, Nigel. Tony will be back in a minute. I'm going to go and see the granddaughter. She likes me going up and playing with her in the, in the bath while she's in there, and I'll be back in 5-10 minutes, guys. Over.
Yeah, okay, Dave, no problem. Shout in there when you're back, 7-3 for the moment, and yeah, we'll keep it afloat here till Tony comes back or whatever, and no problem at all. And I'll say hello to Darren in a moment if he's still there. So 7-3 for the moment, Dave. Yeah, Stuart, what did John think of your new machine? Go ahead.
Thanks, Casey.
Great. He thought it was
acknowledged.
He thought it was fantastic. Yeah, look, I sent him a couple of videos of it, and he was like, yeah, that's very nice. But he's definitely old school. He likes the bells and whistles in front of him, which is fine. I'm kind of spoiled for choice here at the moment because I have the 7610 on one side of me there and the Annan on the other. But I'm spending a lot more time on the Annan, that's for sure. So it's working a treat. And I tried using that little mixer that I have as well, but I couldn't get it to sound the same the way that I wanted to. So I just said, bugger it, I'll just use that little 202 HD and adjust the level on that, and that seems to be the business for me. But there you go. But no, it's very, very good. I'm gone to the dark side, Nigel, over.
Oh yeah, there's no going back now. As I told you, you're not coming across that, parking across that bridge any time soon, I'll tell you. But no, it's great. Okay, we're joined by M0KP. Sorry, Tim, I forgot you were joining here. I should have called for you before that. M0KP to take us from EIA's ITB.
Yeah, Roger, Nigel. Hello, Nigel and Stu. I don't know who's left on there, but yeah, 20 over Nige. Stu's about the same actually, so a lot better than earlier. I'm not going to be on for very long actually. I was just coming out and I hadn't had my dinner yet. I went to have my dinner earlier, and so literally on my way out, Lou said, "Oh, it's going to be about 10 minutes." So I'll have to go and eat my food fairly soon. But good signals, and I don't know, Stu. I don't know if you're on your Annan, but. Oh, it'd be lovely if you could just widen that TX bandwidth out to 4K. That would be pretty good. Anyway, I'll pop it back to you, Nigel, initially. EI8 ITB M0KP.
Yeah, there is a 4K filter set up on that. Anyhow, you should be ready to roll on the 4K one, Stuart guy.
We're doing it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's on the 4K filter there now, Nigel, over.
Yeah, you actually dropped the signal with me, but that's just the band. Take it back to Tim there. He's probably a strong one on you at the moment. You'll come back up with me in a moment, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's the 4K bandwidth there, Nigel, but I tend to run it at about 2.9 there, over.
Yeah, I'll reply. Have I got it? Yeah, lovely. Yeah, Roger, Stu. Yeah, that sounds nicer. Because I don't know what receive you're on either, whether you're listening at 4K or whatever. But no, it sounded much nicer having that extra kilohertz on the top. But no, glad you're enjoying the Annans there. So you found your way through Thetis, around Thetis, okay, or was it still confusing as hell over?
It was initially. But Nigel set up, well, we were on Teams calls and WhatsApps and doing the rest of it. Hang on, I'll switch this back to 3 so you can hear the difference straight away. There's back to where I was before. But yeah, we were, excuse me, yeah, we were messing about it there for a couple of days, but we got there in the end. I had a problem with the laptop that I had, in that the little Behringer unit that I have here, which is a Euphoria UMC 202 HD, the drivers on the Behringer website corrupted the sound driver on my laptop. So I had to re-image the laptop, and then rather than download the driver again, I just plugged it in and it picked it up straight away. And there was no issue then after that. But other than that, Tim, that was the only issue. But it was just kind of navigating around, you know, the hundreds of different settings that you can have on there as well. And as I said to Nigel, I may as well have been looking into a field of Tesla the first time I looked at it, because I hadn't a clue. I had no idea where to even begin. But YouTube is your friend there, Tim, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have a much simpler view of it, really. It'd be nice to have a nice simple view with defaults that work. And then there's kind of an advanced, you can dig in and then play around with all the settings, you know, afterwards, because it'd be a little bit less overwhelming then, wouldn't it, when you get going? But no, certainly, yeah, it's a good bit of software anyway when you get used to it. But it did take me a little while, I must admit. When I first moved over to this from the Sun SDR,
I just thought, well, the Sun SDR software was so intuitive not to use. And it drove me nuts for a little while, but it's like everything. I can't quite remember exactly all the issues I have with it now, to be honest. But you get used to it, don't you, and learn your way around it over.
Yeah, my foot switch went adrift there. Yeah, well, it's like everything else, Tim. The more you use it, the more intuitive it gets. But I do agree about the Sun SDR side of things, because I had the Sun SDR DX2, was it? A couple of years ago, and I didn't have it for very long actually. I only had it for about a month, and but I found the software was a bit more intuitive in relation to that, and of course being able to run on a Mac as well was quite nice. I've been trying to get this to run on my Mac via Windows Parallels, but I can't for the life of me figure out the network settings. I know you have to set up port forwarding and UDP port forwarding and all that type of nonsense, but I have this spare laptop anyway, and it's quite a powerful one actually, because I upgraded the RAM on it as well, so it's up at 32 gigs of RAM, and it's a nice processor, and it's a 17-inch display, so it's quite nice actually. So I'll probably just leave it on this and then just use this for kind of the radio computer, if you want to call it that. I just got it hooked up to the 7610 as well, which is quite cool. Well, in a different piece of software, you know, that ICOM RSBA1 software, so it's quite nice actually. But it's working a treat. So far so good anyway. Ask me again in a month, Tim. We'll see how it goes then. Back to you, Nigel. EI8ITB from M8TQQ in the group.
SKA back.
Yeah, Dave's back there now as well. Yeah, very good. No, as I say, I'd be very surprised now if you navigated away from it, Stuart, so I would. But anyhow, we'll hand it back to Dave. Dave is back in the chair there. Back to you, Dave. M0SKA from EI8ITB in the group.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, you're okay, Nigel. I was just letting you know I was back. Did I hear you say Tim was there, over?
Yeah, Tim is there, and my apologies, I forgot to check, did Darren stay with us that time, so maybe check it, did Darren stay by as well? And I know he said he was on low power or something. I could hear him, but he was down in the noise a bit when he called in initially, so take it away there, Dave.
Okay, yeah, very good. I'll just say hello to Tim, and then I'll check if Darren's M0KEP, M0SKA. Good evening, Tim.
Yeah, good evening. Didn't I talk to you earlier? I didn't, did I? I didn't, because I was communicating. I forgot I didn't talk to you earlier. Yeah, 20 over, Dave. Lovely signal. And I've just sent you a message to you about about the network adapter settings in Parallels, because I used to use Parallels here and had it going. So you just select a shared network adapter, and the network settings will work through. But yeah, lovely signal, Dave. Oh no, I heard you earlier, that's why, and then you disappeared. So I heard you playing around with adding lots of extra gadgets in line with the audio again, over.
Oh, well, I was just playing, but not playing now. I'm quite happy with this one at the moment, Tim. But yeah, we did speak earlier. I got your message, and I've been looking at it. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, Tim. Do you do one of those, or could you produce one of those for a balanced antenna of it?
Roger. I'm not sure what you mean. To do this, do I mean a balanced antenna? Do you mean? Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, it is. So I get confused between balanced and unbalanced sometimes. Yeah, sorry, Dave. Of course, I spoke to you earlier because you reminded me, didn't you? I hadn't put you in my log. God, I tell you what, I'm losing it. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Yes, I know it's not on the website at the moment, but I've actually got the enclosure and everything here, and I'm about to make and test one. So yeah, very soon there will be one there. And if you, for the DRX output, you know, if you still, is it just the choke you're after, or are you thinking about that diversity as well, over?
Well, I'm thinking of the diversity. So if I use my ZS6, obviously I'm coming off the ladder line. So it'd be, I mean, I could use that, but it would mean me having to make another cable up, Tim. And I just thought, if we had one for a balanced antenna, it'd be easier, Tim, over.
Yeah, Roger, yeah. There's a slight complication in that I'm a little bit worried about, depending on what the antenna is, the signal could get very high on the common mode signal. You'd probably be alright actually on a ZS6, but I wouldn't want to supply the same one as it is without an isolation relay on there. So I use one. Sorry about the beeping, by the way, my SWR's creeping out. I'll have to retune in a minute. But sorry, that beeping's really putting me off. So anyway, I've got a version of it with a relay switch on the DRX output, but you have to use a bias T to activate it. So I also do that a little bias T power supply, so it just adds sort of extra cost and a bit of extra complication over.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I could put that in line after. No, well, no, it wouldn't really work, would it? Right, well, we'll discuss that further then, Tim. We'll discuss that when we haven't got a lot of people on, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay, that'll do for now, Tim. Thank you. And Darren, M6LXO, you still with us, Darren? Over?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm just listening, Dave. I'll definitely put my antenna up that weekend. I just can't be bothered. Can't bother to talk tonight. But yeah, no, I'm just listening. And Tim's very loud. You're probably on the par, you and Tim. But yeah, carry on, guys. I'm listening.
Okay, I'm really struggling with you, Darren, at the moment. But I think you said you're just going to be listening. So, all right. Well, we'll catch you tomorrow on 40, Darren. Hopefully, anyway. Stuart, M8DQQ to take. And how unusual that John was trying a different microphone, huh?
Well, I don't know who's worse, whether it's John 2HW or HJO. John set himself up as a reseller of microphones because, the HJO, because I think at one stage I counted 12 on one of the photographs that he sent. But yeah, look, why not? Some of them are cheap and cheerful, some of them are a bit more expensive, but as long as they work, that's the main thing. Tim, I just tried that and it works a treat, mate. I had to change it just to the Ethernet and put it on the shared network adapter, and it works a treat. Absolute spot on, mate, because I was pulling my hair out with that. And yeah, so I can do everything on the Mac now, which is even better again. So happy days. But yeah, microphones and audio, Dave. It's a hobby within a hobby, Dave. Over.
You don't have to tell me. I think I've probably got as many microphones in here than John and John have between them, over.
Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, Dave. Not in the slightest. But there you go. Right, chaps, I've got to get out of here for about 10 minutes. Because Otto has gone mental here. He's doing figure of eights at the top of the stairs. And it's just stopped raining here, which means I can stick him out because he will not go for a wee in the rain there, over.
Oh dear, I'm a bit like that, Stu. Okay, well, call back in when you're ready, Stu. I'll see you, Nigel.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Stuart, great to hear you there. Best 7-3 and all the best for the moment, and enjoy your evening, and we'll have a longer one the next time. M8DQQ, EI8ITB 73.
Yeah, well, if you guys are on in 10-15 minutes, I'll be back again, but if I don't put him out, he's going to explode on the stairs there, over.
Yeah, walk away, you don't want that. Run, 7-3, all the best. And Darren, if you hear me, I had a very low one on you last time, Darren, but best wishes to you, Darren, and Happy New Year from this side. Dave, I'm going to pop off here for 5 minutes, grab a cuppa as well, and I'll come back to you. So I'll rejoin shortly. I'll leave it on this one. M0SKA from EI8 ITV off the key here for a couple of minutes. Over.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you go and get your brew on, Nigel. Barry's tea. I get your brew on. Very good. Okay, just me and you for now, Tim. Lovely video was in there, but he's got a lot of snow. Have you got the snow yet, Tim? Over?
I have, yeah. Well, I hope Tony's talking about the cold snow. Yes, it is. It was, well, when I last went back in, when I left the radio before, no snow, it was pouring with rain, and went into the house, so literally in the space of half an hour, we've had about an inch of snow lay, so, yeah, very snowy and cold at the moment, Dave, over.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, we have no snow. No rain, and just a bit of a breeze, and according to the forecast, if we do get any snow, it's just going to be very, very slight, so I'm not worried, Tim, over.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, I don't know how bad it's supposed to get here, to be honest. I haven't looked at the weather forecast, so I completely ignore the forecast at the moment. You know, we've always seen rubbish, really. Because I think if I look at the local forecast, it's in a village which isn't far away, but it's down a lot lower. So we tend to get everything a little bit more extreme. But yeah, it's supposed to be going out tomorrow to Malvern, so I hope the snow's not too bad. But if it is, hopefully the shops are still open, and I'll get the 4x4 out, and it'll be nice and quiet. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back in soon. I think Lou's, she's a nice chicken curry. She said would be ready in 10 minutes. I've probably been out here 10 minutes already. But I'll see how long I can push it before going back in. But yeah, I'll give you a call, Dave. We can have a chat about those boxes at some point. I'll do the other one. I need to do all the videos and, you know, user manual. Well, actually, I've got a user manual for one of them, haven't I? But yeah, I need to do all this and clarify all the options, because it's a little bit complicated, but it's not too bad. It's exactly the same as what I've done now, except it's just switched the signal rather than just the protection on it. Because I've got a protection circuit on there which, you know, makes sure that the signal can't get too high going back into the radio from that DRX output. I want to put a relay switch on the one that drives the ladder line, because say the antenna fails as well when you're transmitting, so say one leg of it comes off the balun, even if it's okay normally, there'll be quite a high signal and then be present across that thing. So if there's a relay switch which is turned on and off, which is I'm doing via a voltage up the coax through a bias T, if you know what that is. That's the only extra complication, really, you know. So it just guarantees you can't ever get any damage to the radio. It's obviously quite important, though.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So if you use the diverter, so that DRX, does that go straight to the diversity connection on the back of the radio outlet?
Yes, it does. Yeah. So that then acts as your noise antenna, if you like. So if you look at the traditional diversity documentation, it will say to have a separate noise antenna and this kind of thing. That is the noise antenna output, if you like. So it's turning your normal antenna into both the noise and the transmitting antenna, over.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So in normal use, if you come out of that DRX socket, is that isolated when you transmit it?
Well, God dear, it's not completely isolated. Sorry Dave, won't be 2 ticks, I think that's Luke calling out. The main balun at the antenna, if you see what I mean. So, I'm trying to think of the most simple way of explaining this, but when it's up there by the antenna, there's a potential to get even higher voltages. So, while the existing design will actually prevent damage to the radio, because it's got a thermal fuse in there, when you go back to use the DRX, it will be deaf as a post for a while, because if there's a high enough voltage to activate the thermal fuse for the protection, it will sort of ruin the RX session on the next one. So it needs this relay protection in there as well, Dave, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, back to you.
No, it does. I understand that, Tim, that's the way you've explained it. But yeah, okay. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that one and see what you manage to come up with, Tim. So yeah, but that grill, Tim's very good, and it fit like a glove, Timo.
Yeah, great stuff. That's good. Yeah, so that's good now. So I think I've got the complete range of those linears in there now. And my cheese going out again, you know, it must be something to do with the snow. I think I'm melting the snow. Or something. Anyway, I better go in and get my dinner in a minute. I'll lose serving it up. But yeah, I'll do it. I've already done the board, by the way, so it's not a new thing. So I've been using one with a relay isolator for a long time, because when I originally created these things, I wasn't sure what the voltage levels were going to be. So mine's already got the relay isolator in anyway, but I was selling a simplified version, because not everybody wants to mess about getting a biased T in there as well, you know, and just switch the damn thing on and off. But yes, all will become clear anyway, Dave. I'll let you know what happens. Anyway, I'm going to clear and go and eat some dinner, and I'll pop back in afterwards and see about M0SKA. Oh, hello Darren as well, by the way. I did hear you. 5 and 9 over here. Back to you, Dave.
Okay, Tim, that'll do. Yeah, you go and get your dinner, and we'll speak a little bit later, Tim. I might have a look on your site, and I might buy something else with my 10% discount code out.
Oh yeah, there's loads of goodies on there. No, brilliant. Thanks, Dave. And yeah, and thanks ever so much for your help with that grill as well, getting that sorted. Right, I'll catch you all later. M0KB going clear, bye-bye.
No, it's appreciated, Tim. It looks well. And I'll put it up on the QRZ site as well. 7:30, take care. Nigel, are we back at EI8ITB M0SKA? MADQQ M0SKA? M0 question mark Lima Alpha 2 Florida Kilo Alpha. Lima Alpha 2 Florida Lima Alpha, I think they're called. I've got you there, Just give me the call again. Mike Zero Sierra Kilo Alpha.
Yeah, it's Lima Alpha 2. Kilo Alpha. Florida Kilo Alpha. West Coast Forward. My name is Alpha Radio November Tango. RT is my name. So we just got some snow static here, some static noise. Hopefully I'll come able to copy okay. Mike Zero Sierra question mark Lima Alpha 2. Florida Kilo Alpha.
Okay, on Lima Alpha 2, Florida Kilo Alpha. My call is very similar to yours. Mexico Zero Sierra Kilowatt America. I've got you there, Aunt, and I heard you say there's some snow static. We have snow in the UK at the moment, but not in my QTH, thankfully, Aunt. I'll give you a report on the next one. LA2 Fox Kilo Alpha, Mike Zero SKA.
Yes, M0 Sugar Kilo Alpha. Lima Alpha 2, Florida Kilo America. Yeah, you're finding mine, you know. Finding now without the snow static there. So, what was your name? Your name and your QTH, please, huh?
Okay, my name's Dave, Delta Alpha Victor Echo, and I'm about 30 kilometres to the north of Manchester, in northwest England, and your report is 5 and 8 to 9, over?
Yeah, 5, 8 to 9, very good. Yeah, try barefoot here, 150 watts, 150, 150 watts at the moment, and Fox Tango 1000, FT 1000, and the inverted dipole. Yeah, we have some snow here, it's about -4 degrees, it's snowing. We had a few days with quite cold weather, down to 15 below zero, but at the moment it's a little bit milder, but still pretty cold. But it's just starting to snow, and sometimes it does produce some noise on the receiver. All right, now, nice to hear it also, and okay, you should get Manchester, so we are watching the news now because we want to see who will be the next trainer for Manchester United Football Club, if he's Norwegian or not. So we're watching the news. Mike Zero, Central Kilo America, Lima Alpha 2, Foxtrot Kilo.
Okay, very good. Yeah, they're looking for a new manager, aren't they, Manchester United? I don't support Manchester United or City. My team is Blackburn. You probably remember Henning Berg, a Norwegian player. He played at Blackburn and Manchester United, over?
Yes, I remember very well him. Yes, Blackburn, very good in there. Oh, you got much stronger now. Only if you put out, did you put out on your amplifier perhaps too? You got much stronger on. Maybe just rejection of the sound here. It could be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, the old football star will return and take over a few months there in Manchester United now. And he's from here, you know. I believe he was here in my city here today, Molde, the new city here, Molde, and there was a huge funeral here today when, you know, Åge Hareide is the famous manager, football player, also played in Norwich back there years ago. Very famous here because he was in the Norwegian national team, the Danish national team, the Swedish national team, so very famous man. Was a large funeral here tonight. We sent it on the national TV and also from local newspapers, so. And I believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and a lot of football stars was in that funeral there. So, about the way waiting for the news is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will take over. So,
I prefer cricket for football, but I like to watch it. I like the national championship
Man freut sich ja immer wieder.
Being miserable. But it's actually been quite a bit better than that, gentlemen. But yeah, and your last over, Steve, you started to peak out well over the night, up to about 10 over. And as I say, I hope you get that antenna sorted. Yeah, it's just going up and down a bit, Dave. But it was steady and a good signal once it kind of stabilised. I sometimes get that trouble here with this wire because I use a coupler. And I've got a long run, about 50 metres of coax out to the coupler. And sometimes the weather doesn't affect it too much, but the grounding system I have runs along a fence, and it depends if the cows and the bulls are lying beside the fence, it changes, which is quite peculiar. I went out one night and found them all lying against my radial wire on the fence. So that's the story here, gentlemen. But quite a pleasant evening. MM0 GTX Negri, Brown to you, Steve. Over.
Okay, Brian. Oh, fascinating. Warming up the local wildlife, eh? Well. I'll just take a pause. Anyone else like to join the Work Till Britain there? Please call now.
Sierra Zulu 29, over. Golf 0 Fox Echo X-ray.
Yeah, Golf 0 Foxtrot Echo X-ray. Good evening to you, Ken. Thank you very much indeed for the call. Lovely to hear you, and hopefully it's not too wild down in Leicestershire. I'll put it round to you in just a second, Ken, but I've put you at the bottom of the list there, and I'll just respond to a couple of the points from the other lads, and then we can bring you in for fresh material. But I hope you had a good New Year, Ken, and you and Zena are in good form. First of all, to you, Dave, QA100, yes, well I don't know too much about it, but I wonder, does Doppler play an effect at all, I wonder? Or was it merely attenuation due to heavy clouds? Because I certainly suffer quite badly here on my FreeSat television signal. That actually mutes during heavy snow, and I suppose it's just the amount of stuff between me and the satellite up in the sky there, but very interesting. Concerning the comments that you made a little earlier from John G0AJH, yes, I also agree. As far as I'm concerned, when the net controller, who is in charge of the net, by the way, decides to do a rundown, it's the one station. If the controller says you can also work one other at the same time, then that's okay. But if not, it's assumed that it's a single station that you're running down, and you should work them and get out of the way for everyone else at the bottom of the list. And it's never more true than when it's a mobile who may be moving quickly through the squares, or when it's a portable station who is on limited time. It's very cold and miserable up on top of the hillside, and they've got limited battery power. And in that case, anything that holds up the activator, in my view, is not very fair. So there's always plenty of time every month to grab the usuals, isn't there? And there's really no excuse for not just waiting until a suitable calls and comments opportunity comes around. That's my 10 pence worth for what it's worth, Dave, but I don't think we disagree, and I don't suppose many do. But some people are, should we say, a little naughty. To you, Brian, fine. Well, I'm glad that the weather wasn't too bad for you there, and it's interesting that you seem to be between the mad wild weather of the north and whatever they get down in the south there. I know John, MM0 GTI, up there in Kylesku, he certainly gets some wild weather, and it blows the eagles about. But I think he's on first name terms with most of them. Anyway, that's another story. Well, I'm envious of your long wire at 112 meters long. That's absolutely wonderful. My long wire for top band, end-fed inverted L, is 60 meters long, 3/8 wave on top band, and that does very well as a general antenna. I can make it work with a bit of effort with the ATU on all the HF bands, and so it's a good old standby, but it comes into its own on top band where all the earth system and the radials are cut to the appropriate size. But I haven't been down on top band particularly recently. It's disheartening because there's so much man-made noise. 20/9 the whole time on top band here. So I need to move out into the middle of nowhere, don't I? Anyway, okay, so the list is Golf 8 Victor Zulu Tango, Mike 0 Golf Tango X-Ray, and now we've got Golf 0 Foxtrot Echo X-Ray, and then I suppose it comes back round to the top. So Ken, have an over and good evening to you. There is John on the call. G0 Foxtrot Echo X-Ray from Golf 4 Hotel Papa Echo.
Oh, a bit early. Do you want wider blast?
Yeah, good evening, Jake. Nice to hear you. Yeah, fine, Steve. Good evening, Dave, Steve, and Brian, and Jake. I did speak with Jake the other day. He sounded like a little lonely boy out in the middle of nowhere, but that's another story. Yes, we had a nice Christmas and New Year's, Steve. Didn't do anything silly. Too well, but she's got a bit of a cough, but some of the amber nectar sorted that out. Well, hopefully it will. Not done a great deal. I was listening to the net today, and I do agree that well, it's always been the way that someone always wants to grab someone else when they shouldn't. But it's as if, well, I don't know. They've got the whole of the year to do it, Steve. That's my only comment from G0FEX. Over.
Yeah, that's true. All the months if they're doing certain awards, but I decided not to do the 2026 award. It just didn't really enthuse me. It seems so similar to the awards that we've done for the last few years on the annual awards, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, Ken, 59+, lovely signal. Glad you had a nice Christmas and New Year. And before we go round to the top then, let's bring in Jake. Oh, I thought you were in prison, Jake. G1YFF59, G4HPE.
Well, there's no point in joining because, as I think I muttered darkly last year, there was nothing in it for the activators. And when I asked the question, I was told it wasn't really about that. So I had a year off. So I will be tinkering a bit when it suits. So yeah, spoke to Ken, spoke to Core. Who else did I speak to? Can't remember now. Somebody, no doubt, but not having a lookbook in the car, I don't remember. Anyway, good evening, one and all. If you're over the rain static, then you'll probably be 5 and 9. No, just busy paying for you bunch of professional layabouts, especially that D geezer in Shropshire. HMRC says he's very expensive, very needy and really expensive. Anyway, right. Oh, I haven't mentioned work yet. Oh, well, there you go. I just had. Excellent. Do you want wider blast?
Fine. From G4 Hotel Papa Echo. Yeah, good evening there, Jake. Good and solid. And I'm sorry I missed you mobile the other day. I mean, I must admit that I've not been on quite so much in the last couple of months, and it's to do with non-amateur radio activities, I'm afraid. But I'm very pleased to hear you're going out and keeping me in the luxury that I'm used to. It's interesting, really, because my pension comes in and then it goes out again. It goes out to the taxman, which is very strange. I don't quite understand how that works. So if you are contributing to my income, I'm afraid you're actually paying the taxman even more. Okay, very good. On that note, let's go back round up to the top so that everybody can work each other. And I'll just make sure I've got you in the log, Jake, because I think that's the first time this year I've worked you on 80 meters, certainly. And I failed to get the decade by, what was it, 6 squares in the end on 80 meters, so that was a bit disappointing. So I tumbled all the way back down from bronze to nothing. And I'm starting again with the 80 meter. Never mind, doesn't matter. Okay, up to the top. Golf 8 Victor Zulu Tango in the work tool Britain Ned. G4 Hotel Papa Echo.
Golf 7 Alpha Mike.
Oh. There was another check in there, G7 Alpha Fox Mike, I think. Was there somebody else?
Yeah, that was Golf 5 Mike India Kilo, Sierra Zulu 29, over.
All right, Golf 5 Mike India Kilo. Well, a very good evening to you, and thank you very much for calling in. And I'm sure that we can bring you in just a few moments. We're just having a little chat here, but it is a work tool written net, so we won't leave it too long before we bring you in. I'm pretty sure that I've worked you before, but I can't quite remember the details. It's Steve here. Steve is the name, and the call sign is Golf 4 Hotel Papa Echo. I'm located down in the southeast of England, which sounds like you're further south for me, in fact, but I'm just south of Cambridge, and the square is Tango Lima 34. So I wonder if I could just get your details. I've got your square, Sierra Zulu 29, so really just the name, if you'd be so good, and the report, and then we can go back up to the top of the list, and everyone can have the opportunity to work you. Mike 5, Mike India Kilo from Golf 4 Hotel Papa Echo. You're 5 and 9.
Say Leo, Steve, I've got a phone call. 73 on. Mike India Kilo.
Okay, Brian.
You probably used to know me as Mike 0 Alpha Bravo Italy, perhaps. But my new call sign is Golf 5 Mike India Kilo there. The name is Mike. I'm at Barton-on-Sea on the south coast, over.
Oh yes, Roger. Okay, Mike. Yes, I've got a note of your old call sign in my little WAB log here. So you're Mike 5 Mike India Kilo now. Well, that's a good one, isn't it? Very, very fine indeed. And I'm looking forward to many, many QSOs on the frequency with you in the future, and lovely to hear you on 80. Right, okay, Mike, so there might be a few others that would like to work you. I'll just quickly say good evening to G7 Alpha Fox Mike, 5 and 9, Phil.
Yeah, good evening, Steve. Good evening, everybody else. Not sure who's on frequency. Happy New Year to you, Steve, and to Jan and the rest of the family. Hope you're all doing well. 5-9 also, Steve.
Yeah, lovely. Thanks for the 5-9, Phil, and nice to catch you on 80, I think, for the first time this year. So, yeah, we had a great New Year. Thank you very much. Let me just read out the list then, folks. Golf 8 Victor Zulu Tango is at the top in Sierra Juliet 61. Golf 0 Foxtrot Echo X-Ray is in Sierra Kilo 50. G1 Yankee Foxtrot Jake is in Tango Lima 34. G7 Alpha Fox Mike Phil is in Sierra Oscar 63. And Mike 5 Mike India Kilo is in Sugar Zulu 29, Sierra Zulu 29. Everyone's a bit colder apart from Mike. So up to the top, Dave, work a couple if you like, and any other calls and comments. Go ahead.
Golf 5, over.
Golf 4 Radio India Tango.
Right, okay. Right, it's Golf 5 Mike India Kilo. Is that correct, Mike?
Yep, Golf 5 Mike India Kilo. George 5 Mike India Kilo, over.
Right, very good. Sorry about that. I've got it now. Got it written in. Apologies. G4 Romeo India Tango is noted, but we've been taking check-ins for a while, so we'll come back to you, John, in a little while. Let's just let some of the net participants have a quick call. So we've got G4 Romeo India Tango right at the bottom. Tango Quebec 71. G8VZT. Have an over, Dave.
Okay. I tend to leave a pause before pressing PGT. And not quite the right place for people to call in, and it's up to the controller, isn't it? And so forth. But there it is anyway. Right, okay. Well, nice to hear you, Jake. G1YFF. Jake, it's been a wee while since we've exchanged. I have been on 80 on top band. The last about 4 weeks now, I've been calling on the WAB frequency, but I've never had a reply. I've done a modification to the feeders, the 450 ohm feeder, and I come to the conclusion that not to strap the two legs together at the bottom and use it as a Marconi T, but just use it as one leg. So it's basically two inverted L's, and one of the legs of the feeder is about a quarter wave, and the top is about a quarter wave, you know. So I've got a separate ATU and I've ironed it all out and ready to do any changeover from horizontal to try it out to see how it goes, but I don't seem to get any takers. Oh well, we shall work somebody and find out one of the days when we get more leisurely time. And Phil, sorry you disappeared, I disappeared more or less on 7 meg, so I didn't get you on 7, but there's plenty of time. I'm sure we shall come across you, and I hope the good lady's kneecap is responding to your desire and you're finding a free time there to play a bit of radio. Of course, you've got to look after the good lady as a priority first, so your head cook and bottle washer you've been, I think, HI. Right, okay, so that's my penny's worth on this time round and so forth, so I'm going to pass it, well, let me see, the Golf 5 something India Kilo in the call sign, G8VZT. Report please, over.
Yeah, Golf 8 GZD, I understand. My name is Mike and my call sign is Germany number 5, Mexico India Kilo. You are 5 and 9 plus, 5 and 9 plus here at Barton on Sea, over.
Yeah, Roger, the 5 and 9 plus, that's, yeah, you're 5 and 9 plus. No strain or pain on the ears. Right, okay, I'll just work Phil, G7AFM, to get you in the log for this here, G8VZT.
Steve there, Dave. Nice to catch you, mate. Oh, yeah. Obviously, I missed you this morning. Couldn't spend much time, but there we go. Happy New Year to you and Patsy, Dave. Hope all is well, mate. Christmas coming on okay with the knee, but it's still a little bit uncomfortable. It's only to be expected. 5 and 9 plus, Dave. Goes what they saying, mate. Over.
Roger, Phil, the 5 and 9 plus. Both ways. Right, I'll catch you a bit later, Ken. If not, I'm sure you'll be around. I'm going to put it over to Brian. Mike 0, Golf Tango X-ray. Brian, to transfer.
No, Brian checked out because he had a phone call, Dave. He called over another station, perhaps he didn't catch it, no problem at all. But he's signed for the time being anyway. And let's just be clear on the call signs of that QSO that you had, Dave. You worked Mike, Golf 5, Mike, India, Kilo, G5, Mike, India, Kilo, in Sierra, Zulu 29. And for you, Mike, Dave's call sign is Golf 8, Victor, Zulu, Tango. Golf 8, Victor, Zulu, Tango. So hopefully you've both got the right call signs written in your logs now. And with that, we'll go on for calls and comments to Ken, G0, Fox Echo, X-ray.
Yeah, many thanks, Steve. I'm not going to hold it too long, but just thought I'd pop in and see if there's anything going on. Good evening to you, Phil. I was about to send you an email to find out how that young lady of yours was doing.